What's going on, guys? MDLP saw I came in from the side. I'm trying to do a new thing. Anyways, what's up, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the Strongman gym in Miami, where strength is everything. The fucking Strongman gym in Miami. I like that. So, my video is going to be about my first Strongman competition. So, to get things out of the way, I gave 1,000 shout outs, and I will continue to give thank you to major key players. I had a lot of sponsors. If I forget anybody, I'm sorry. It's really hard when you have that many people help you out. Obviously, big shout out to CrossFit Kendo, the location, Iron House Gym, my coach out in Cali for coming down. A lot of guys like Scott, John, actually sitting down, Fernando, my girlfriend Megan, sitting down and doing the scoring, the judging, which was huge. Design Performance, my nutrition guy, giving out major fucking contracts and stuff. Who else, man? I Am Adaptive for being there. That was huge. Obviously, NAS, Strongman Corporation, for actually allowing me to do this competition. And then a bunch of other people, honestly, if I can remember them, I promise you I will think about them. RSP Nutrition that was there as well, and etc. I'll bring things up. But I gave a lot of thanks to those guys on Instagram, and I'm sorry if I forgot anybody right now. I do forget certain names, but thank you once again for everything. That was huge. To my team, to my guys, everybody from the Battle Axe Gym, my family and friends that were there to support. All you guys that actually came out, awesome. Those who didn't come out, you're dead to me. So I want you to know that you didn't come out from 10 to 3 o'clock, you're dead. Like, if there's love for you, it's peppered with hatred and just general. I'm just kidding, no, I'm not. So let's get things started. I'm gonna try and make this video as efficient as possible. My videos are never short. But for those guys that are looking into throw their strongman competition, their first one, to be involved in the scene, and guys just generally who really love the sport of strongman, maybe this video will help you, as maybe you will do this one day as well. It was my dream since I opened up the strongman gym here in Miami to do a competition. I think that was the most amazing thing. That was like the pinnacle of exploring the sport and showing your love for the sport. Besides winning and bringing awareness and doing seminars, and being a fucking good advocate of the sport, I think it's a great thing to, I say fucking because that was one of my things to curse anyway, really to just show people what Strongman is really about. And I said it was the first sanctioned Strongman event here in Miami. I'm not sure if there was one many years ago, but at least as far back as I can remember, this has been the first one. What the sport is really about. It's heavy, it's about heart, it's about giving everything you got, it's about doing things that are not normal. You are in a high percentile, not because of only the weight, but because of your will and your courage. And I wanted to show people what Strongman was really the fuck about, right? So I have just a couple of things, obviously, besides giving my shout outs. When you're gonna do these things, and what I feel is, all my opinion, of course, in my experience, you have to have a goal. What is the goal of this particular competition? To me, was to bring Strongman to Miami, a city that is very aesthetic, that is full of bodybuilding gyms and CrossFit gyms. Not that there's anything wrong with that, etc. But it's a city that loves to look good, but has given and has turned an eye to what performance is all about: powerlifting, weightlifting, strength training, strongman. These things are up and coming, yes, and because a lot because of CrossFit, etc. But they need to be out there more. And this was my chance to show my sport that I love, because I'm in the future would love to bring powerlifting as well, because as much as you guys don't know, and as much as you guys may not think, the Battle Axe Gym is a powerlifting gym as well, and I have great powerlifters here too. I love powerlifting, but Strongman is my passion, right? That's what I wanted to show what the sport was really about to everybody. And that's why one of the reasons I was an MC. Also because it was like holding Excalibur, and there was incredible power. And I love the sound of my voice. But it was also because I wanted to show people and relate to people and be able to introduce people and tell things about that particular athlete and lifter and the person in the crowd and the sponsors, etc., which would be huge, okay? Serving the Soul, that's another one. Boom, there you go. So, sponsor, food. Location. Location is important. Pick a location that you think is efficient. Your first location shouldn't be huge. I think you have to earn numbers, earn a scene, get a following. I picked a gym that was A, close to my gym, B, supportive of the sport, C, had people there that were cool, understanding, willing to work with you, and everything was set up in an area that was going to be comfortable for the athletes, comfortable for the people that are actually coming to see, yeah? I think it's a little bit more important for the audience to be comfortable than the athletes. Sometimes the athletes are kind of used to whatever, especially if you're a strongman. They're used to bad asphalt, heat, all that stuff. It's part of the sport. The audience can't relate to that. So if there's no audience, believe it or not, there's going to be less drive from the athlete because they're not going to be as into it, right? So next one is team, your team, the people you develop around you. Who's going to be your loaders? Who's going to be your runners? Who's going to be the people getting food and water? Who's going to be especially your judges? The second people running to the judges. Who's going to be doing scoring? The most important thing is scoring. All these people around you. What kind of sponsors are going to be there? Who's going to represent your thing? Keep it simple, but surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed, right? That was my gift. That was where I was gifted. I'd like to say that luck has nothing to do with it. People have to fucking earn their friends and their allies. So I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by people who want to see me succeed. They didn't want to go there to see me fail or because they were obligated. They weren't getting paid. They were there because they really wanted that show to do well, for me to do well, and for the sport of strongman to do well. And it showed because I got constant compliments from my guys, Vinny, Bobby, Fernando, Mike, Alex, John Davis, these guys that came down to push themselves, Mario that was there, constantly changing these plates, pushing themselves for the athletes, spotting everybody. I can't thank you guys enough. That is a huge difference. Scott Lamb, Megan, Fernando, obviously again, John and Alan who were there on the scene on the scoring. You guys made a big difference in that sense because without that team around you, you're going to have a shit show. And that's what runs a smooth operation. Constantly getting the weights ready, the warm-up area, etc. Right? Surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed, not people who are there that are obligated. Trust me. Simple. Keep it simple in the sense of your event should be simple. If you're going to run a car deadlift medley and you've never been under that pressure of getting the car ready, where's the car, what's the event, what's the implement, is it going to work? Trust me, I was told by a lot of people to keep it simple, and I believe that that's huge. We still ran an easy show. I had log, yoke, keg and sandbag medley, which was the most complicated one, axle deadlift and stones, and it ran smooth, and that was core strongman, and it continues to look fantastic, and everybody loved it. In the future, yeah, I would like to do really cool stuff like the car deadlift and maybe some throwing, or bring it back to old school with barrels and odd objects, odd stones. That's something I plan to do in the future, but for right now I wanted to keep it simple, not only for the athletes, whatever, but also for my team and the audience, for them to get a good view on what it is to look at strongman in its natural state. Last but not least, I guess, is be aggressive. And I'm always in that concept of being aggressive and everything. Aggressive or being aggressive or aggressivity or whatever doesn't mean being hostile. It doesn't mean you have to be rude, but it does mean you have to look forward and you have to know what you want. For example, if I'm on the mic and I want things to start at 9:30, then it's 9:30. You know, Alan will constantly say to me, hey man, it's your show, get it done. And it's true. You are in command of your show. Whether I personally, as much as I like being on the mic and the MC, I would have loved to have not been on the mic and watch and kind of operate the system and everything from the outside, sit with vendors, talk to athletes, run things from the outside, macromanage as much as I can like to micromanage, and not be distracted by the mic, which is a full-time job and it's all day, right? But you have that power to tell people, no, don't do that, be respectful, warm up, move along, you know, don't touch this, touch that, support this, go to this event. You have that concept of being out there and pushing people. I was constantly telling people to respect their space, respect the bathrooms, because strongmen are disgusting in general, competitions get nasty in the bathroom, respect the equipment, respect your judges. All these concepts are huge. Be aggressive. It is your show, your fucking rules. If you don't like those things, if you don't stand for something, then say it, because people will walk all over you and then your show starts to crumble around you. So I hope this stuff helps you. Oh, that's not a Corvette? Motherfucker got all a ton of money. It's creeping on me too. Anyway, so I think that's the biggest thing that we can do. I hope these guidelines help. Again, big thank you to everybody. If I'm missing somebody, I'm really sorry. But I'll go ahead and change. Oh, Chris Grizzly for making my shirts. Thank you, Grizzly partner. So, hope this helps. Thank you for everything. Obviously, thank Miami. This is one of many. I would love to continue to run this show. I'm going to grow other ideas in the future. I think that this motivated me to do more, to be involved. Also, give back. I know this is the end of the video and most of you are not watching, but give back to your community. I gave, and I will continue to do this, to run charity events. I did it for Operation Homefront Villages, to give back to wounded veterans, etc., that come back and trying to restart their lives. I'm not saying you have to. I understand that these shows take money, and trust me, they really do, and it's important to generate profit. It's a business. But I try to give back in any way. I donated $5 of every shirt and dollar sales of water and stuff to the charity. Made about $400 to donate. I think that's one thing that I've always noticed about Strongman shows. A lot of them are for charity. So get your shit together, give back to whatever charity you want. If you want to give up to anything, continue that generation, continue that trend. Let's not get lost in just making money and becoming a business and forgetting why we started this fucking sport in the first place, which was to put on a good show and be good athletes and good people, right? So hope that helps. Cheers and thank you.